welcome everybody. Those that are watching the replay, welcome. It's just Val and I tonight. Kathy's going to catch up. But if you catch the replay and you don't have the kits, you're welcome to reach out and join us for a future event, say next month. These are our 3 cards we're doing tonight. I think they're really lovely and I had a lot of fun putting them together. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and we've got Val there in the background, not on screen. And also we don't have Kathy tonight, but Kathy will catch up. But anyway, here we are. We've got 3 cards. We're going to get started on probably the easier one, which is going to be this jam jar card. And I'll show you the products as we go along, what I've actually made them out of. We've got a regular opening card this way for that one. Pop that aside for now. We've got this one here, which we've done similar to these before. I think this is a lovely design, and when I saw the way this was done, I thought that was really lovely. So I thought let's revisit that style of card again. And then yes, this one here. So I'm just going to show you the products we've used for this, and I've hopefully got most of it all nice and close by. And we are using the Filled with Sweetness dies, and you can see the die here that cuts out the actual jam jar card. So that's going there. And then you've got the cloth cover. We've also got a spoon handle, which we've put out the top, a little ribbon. That's the little pieces here. And I'll get it up a bit closer. And then I've used, what else have I used off there? I've used the You're the Sweetest. And yep, the label from here. The little flowers from here. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much everything I've used out of that. So quite a few of the dies we're using on this card. And then out of this packet, this is made with sweetness. So they are designed to go together. And the papers I've used for this, they're not in a catalogue. They're actually online. And the papers are Homemade Sweetness, designer series papers, and it's got the jams. I'm not going to get them all out, but we might just flick through front and back. So the jams, we've got the strawberry slush background with a two-tone color. That's those 2. We've got smaller jam jars and honey. We've got ledger paper on the back of that one. We've got this one here, which we're using on another card. And on the back of that one, we've got this check. We're not using the check tonight. We've got this fruit. We are using some of the fruit on a card tonight. And on the back, we've got that, uh, I've forgotten the colour. Misty Moonlight, I think it is, 2-tone. We've got this ginghamy check in the Misty Moonlight with this little paper on the back. We've used this paper for the top of the jam jar. This is paper that has all beautiful spoons on it, and on the back it's got these beautiful little hearts. And I think I've showed you all the rest. I think that's pretty much it. So that is the homemade sweetness. So if you want any of those products, either write down the name of the product or reach out to me. I can give you more information, or of course go to my website and you'll find them there. At the time of making these for tonight, all of these products were available. So from this packet, I have used the berries here, like blackberries or whatever you want to call them. And that was all I think I took from here. I was thinking about using this strawberry and I didn't, and we have used the large blackberry on the other card. So we'll put that aside for now. And we will get started on this card. I thought there was enough going on here without adding any extra bling to this one. So hopefully I've opened the right one. No, I haven't. Let's just go back, dive back into my pile here. Grab out this one. This feels like slightly less pieces. Ah, this looks good. This is the one we want. There's quite a lot of pieces inside these packets. I do all the die cutting and put them all together, the embellishments and so forth. Very rarely do you have to put anything extra with them. Now I can see there's a little tiny flower here that actually has come out of the other packet that I just had open. So we've got our jam jar. Now the bottom of the jam jar is this rounded bottom. You could probably do it the other way. I chose to do it this way. I had that at the bottom, but if you want to make that the top, because that is the rounded top of the jam jar, but either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do one this way and one the way I did it. Okay, so that will go on there eventually, and then we'll decorate it. So the first thing I think we'll do is this piece here, and I have set it up higher than the actual top of the jam jar. So when you're putting that on, you don't need adhesive all the way up. So I would actually instead of putting the adhesive on here, don't put it on here. Put a little bit of adhesive at the top of here. Now you can use the tape runner, whichever tape runner you want to use. I'm going to use some liquid glue if I can get it out because it's been laying down. And I'm just going to put a bit there at the top and lay this over, cover up it's come down as far as I need to just to cover up that glue. But of course we've got the top sticking up there. Okay, so it's probably about 1/2 centimeter that's above the top of the card. Now you want this card to make like small enough or not too high that it won't go inside the envelope. You've got your little spoon. Now I know you wouldn't put the spoon through the cloth fabric, but it's all just part of the illusion. And with the spoon topper, I would just cut that off at a bit of an angle, like so. So I've just cut the longer piece on the left up to a bit slightly shorter angle, like that. And so you've got this little, when I die cut this piece out, you can see the cut marks and the design that's been pressed into the die cut. That's going to sit on that, what would you call that? That shape, curve shape. There you go. So that's going to sit there, and you want it obviously to fit inside the card. So not too high that it won't fit inside the card, the envelope, I mean. And it only needs a tiny bit, and I would say a little bit of liquid glue, because once this dries, it will not go anywhere. But if it was tape runner, it might fall. It might not stay on there. It might eventually fall off because it's not.
What is it?
It's not as strong as glue. Yep.
What is it, Alison?
A spoon.
Oh, okay.
It's the top of a silver spoon. I've done that with
fair
our Luna.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, I've done that with the Luna. Can't think of the name of that one off the top of my head, but
Oh, it's okay. No, it's okay.
called Luna Luster, and it's a silver, a real silver paper, front and back.
Okay.
All
Nice.
right, so then we might go on to the putting on our decorative, the way you would, if you're making jam preserves, you might decorate your preserves, your jam jars, to give them as gifts. You might put a fabric topper on, and you might put a little bit of string or ribbon and a bow on there. I know I've seen them like this at different markets and things. So I went with this. Now, what is this color? I think this is crushed curry. I went with crushed. I think crushed curry is the color in that coordinates with this collection. And you've got Strawberry Slush, which is the jam jar. I've cut that out of just the two-tone cardstock. Now this little piece of twine, ribbon, whatever you want to call it, that I've cut out of cardstock, it does extend past the edge of the fabric topper here, this blue ginghamy one, out of the designer series paper. Right, and now I'm just going to put the bow directly on there. I wouldn't worry about sticking down the tails of the bow, just as long as you've got the middle of the bow fastened on there. And it is quite a small point there, so I haven't worried about using the tape runner, of course, just using some liquid glue. All right, some little silver bits here. Let me just pop those in the bin. Alrighty. We'll go to the blueberry next. So the blueberry, there is only one way that this goes together. So you want the lighter color here of the blueberry, of the Misty Moonlight it is. And then this color here, I think might be Blueberry Bushel. I'm not entirely sure. It's blue. It's a bluey, it's got a purpley base to it. I thought it would be perfect for this blackberry, whatever you want to call it. Well, it's probably not a boysenberry. I think they're more purple, like burgundy color, but we'll call it a blackberry. Something like that.
Effective.
Yeah. So you've got your darker piece with the holes in it, and that's going to go directly over and glue onto that base. Okay. Now I did notice that the base piece is slightly smaller, so just wiggle that bottom bit into place. Okay, now I'm stuck to myself everywhere. Hold on, I'm just going to rub my hands together to get any of that glue off. I think I did the original one with my reverse tweezers. I've got my reverse tweezers here, but I didn't think to grab those. It's just gone all over my fingertips. Instead, now once we've got I keep calling it blueberry, but this berry, it's just a case of laying them out and putting them together. So you've got your jam jar label, which has got You're the Sweetest. You've got your little blueberry, blackberry, whatever, boysenberry, whatever. And then you've got your topper here, which is the green stalky bit and leaf. Now, I put mine underneath. You can put it on top. Doesn't matter, wherever you want that to go. And I'm just going to manipulate it around. I want my label in the middle. I want my words to show. I don't want to cover up my words. And I think I'm going to do something like that. And then we've got our two little crushed curry flowers, which I'm just going to scatter on like I did over here. All right, I'm pretty happy with that placement. So doesn't have to be identical to mine. You do whatever you like the look of. I did not pop anything up on dimensionals. So it's all flat. Kept it all flat this time. And we'll just get that centered. And I have put it up fairly high because I've got more room then to put my fruit at the bottom and those little flowers and also that leaf topper. Okay, so here we go. Now I did smudge the ink when I did the stamping, so I do want to be a little strategic, and I want to try and hide the berry topper over that. So that's where I'm going to stick the actual green part. So that's helped me work out where to put my blackberry. to hide that little. And I actually like that one with it over the top. This one here, I can see I did it behind. I actually like it on top better. And see, I've used liquid glue, so there's no chance of that coming up, but it's fine. Now, if you wanted to, you could certainly, when you stick your flowers down, you could certainly find something to go in the middle of these. I do have these here off to the side. I didn't include them in your package, but just find some like embellishment if you feel like it might need it. If you feel it, if that suits you, maybe put a couple of those on there in the middle of the flowers. I might see what they look like. So whether you choose some just clear gems or something else, entirely up to you. It's your choice, something from your stash. Now I'm just going to hold these next to it. These are called the Strawberry and Dots, and these are still available as well. So I'm just going to see if I can. The thing with this, as soon as you try to lift up the paper they're stuck onto, these are like a rubbery material. They're definitely not paper or cardboard or like cardstock. They are actually you can push your fingernail into them, so they've definitely got a little bit of give to them. So I think I like these ones. So I've got my little piercing tool here. I'm just going to lift these off and hold one next to it and see what I think. Yeah, I like that because these are in the strawberry slush color and there's not too much dimension on there. It's not really much more than what this would be and this. So that looks nice, the two of those. I'm not going to use the strawberry ones, but I'm debating whether I'm just going to put the two. Yep, I'm happy with that. I was thinking whether to put a third one up here, but I think that looks fine. I think I'd be just putting it on for the sake of it. I don't think it really would add anything to the design. All right, so that's the strawberries and dots. And then the front of our card's finished. All we need to do is add this extra piece I've given you. Now, it's up to you if you did want to ink a little bit around the edges. I might just do that while I've got some older ink here, which is I think this is a fairly close match to the dark. This is the Close to My Heart Sapphire. Just going to quickly just dip the sides in some of that just to give it, but you don't have to do that. Even if you had an alcohol marker that was like a dark blue, you could do that. Yeah, so I'm just going to stick that on there. I'll just give it a moment to dry. You could also, like if you had a little, I don't know, another little flower you could stick on your little piece just to decorate the corner. It's up to you if you had something that you thought would go. All right, so I'm just going to stick this one down with some double-sided adhesive and pop that on. All right, that's our first card done. What do you think? Thought it was pretty cute.
Very nice.
There's our first one.
Very good.
So we'll go on to the second card. Okay, when we have a break, for those that have paid for the class, I'll send you a text with the actual finished card so you can see it. And it will eventually a photo will get put up on my Facebook page as well on the Alice Scraps VIP group. All right, so hopefully I'll edit that over the weekend. That will be my plan. I think we'll go on to this one. Now, this is the one that I had the extra little flower that would fallen out before. So this is a swinging garden seat card. Just a normal, it's not really a fun fold or anything. It's just got the garden seat on there. And that's from I'll show you. That's from the Gliding Garden Swing. I've got some floating around different bits and pieces there. That's the die. So the tree is a die. You've got the swing seat is a die. You've got foliage that are dies, decorative, and the cushions are dies. The tiny little rose flowers are dies. Inside I've decorated with this little table with a pot on it with a bit of foliage and flowers in it. The flowers are tiny, so this is where I said be extremely careful with all the little tiny pieces. I would suggest you sort them out first, and put them into a spot or put them, I don't know, somewhere safe where you're not going to pull them off onto the floor. But this is a stamp set as well. So the stamp set, sorry, I've got these floating bits in there, but there is the swing seat as a stamp. And then this branch up here, you can stamp the pillows or the cushions. Yeah, so you've got some few little sentiments there. So I didn't use the stamps for any of it. I just used the dies and patterned papers. So let's first sort out our bits and pieces. How are you going, Val?
Yeah, plodding on.
All right, are you up to this one?
Yes, yes, just undoing it all.
Okay, so be extremely careful because of all those small pieces.
Yeah.
Now, I suggest we do not stick this on yet. Okay, so there's a little bit of trimming we're going to need to do. So you'll see this tree is too long for the too long and too wide for the card base, for this front panel. So we're going to stick this on first. I would suggest move it up a little bit from the bottom, just a little bit, just so you've got a bit of that coloured paper showing. Bring it in a little bit from the left as well. Not too much because you want to be able to secure the garden seat. Now, we are going to push the garden seat up under here, and we will, let me have a look here. I would just do a quick layout first just to see what I'm talking about. But I can't remember if I cut off your extra branch or not, or whether I left them on there. But this has got this little tiny branch here and this one. We only really need this one up here. So I'm just going to cut across there and cut. So you just need that piece. All right. And don't be too worried because where we just cut that, we're going to cover that up. And we'll put some foliage over it so you won't see that cut off edge. And then this will go, it doesn't matter which way you put that. You could put it that way, or you could turn it around and have it that way. Either is fine. We just want to push the swing seat up under there so we don't see where it's attached to the tree. This is using our fine wood grain paper, I think it's called. If you're interested in that, let me know. And then this one, I have added some extra color on top to make it stand out from the background. And that will go on there. And then we'll decorate with these little cutout pieces. That one. And then we've got our cushions. I hope I gave you all 4 of these. Looks like I've only given myself 3. The little basket and the stand, we can do that in a minute. That's for inside the card, I mean. And then you've got all these little flowers, which I'm going to push up out of the way. There's another one, so I don't lose those. Then you've got these. So these are going to come down the sides of our swing seat. All right, now that you've had a little bit of a play, we're just going to move these pieces off and we'll get gluing.
Right.
But we're just going to put the tree trunk down now. I've just put a tiny bit of glue all over it. This die cut does put slits in the tree, but it doesn't actually, it pushes it down. It doesn't actually cut out pieces. If it does, it's
Right.
just the minutest little slither. So we just want to put enough glue on to make it stick without it
Yeah.
oozing out those gaps because it does cut holes.
Okay. Okay.
Then we're going to cut it off nice and flush here and also on this side. So you've got nothing overhanging.
Okay.
All right, we've got that far. Now, I didn't think about this, but make sure you don't stick it down too much that you can't push this up underneath. I didn't think to say that, so hopefully you haven't put glue right on the edges. I might just put mine up in there now, just in case there's any glue that's going to dry and stop me from putting the swing seat in. So you can go ahead, once you put the tree down, you can put your swing seat under there. Push that up under. All right, so now we're going to put the actual, the middle part of the seat on.
Right.
So we've got the framework of the seat on. Now I'm just putting the actual liner of the seat on.
Yep.
So I am using liquid glue for this one because it's got like a lattice back to it or cut out pieces. All right, let's see. I might use my tweezers for this one. Whoops, lucky that didn't land face down. All right. So this is pretty much centered, I would say. There's a little gap at the bottom. It's sort of like a liner for the chair. But just a wood frame. And I just made sure they were two different colors so they didn't just blend into each other. Once you've got that stuck down, you're just going to take this whole tree canopy here, the whole top of the tree here, and stick that one down. I did do a bit of inking over this one to make it a little bit darker than what it originally was. And so we want to make sure that this is coming down a little bit here to hide where the swing seat goes up into the trees. I'm surprised I've got one of my, so we're supposed to have 4 of these little pieces. Now, I don't know why I've only got 3, but they go on next and they just stick them randomly on the tree canopy. It's just to give a little bit of variety or, extra interest on the tree canopy. And I've got to get one more to stick there, which I'm sure I will locate one. I think I might even have one in here. Let me see. Maybe I just put it in here instead of in my packet. Yep, I've got a spare one. That will work. So, and I'm just, tape runner. And center that on the front of your card base. Trying to get it as centered as possible. And then we might put the foliage on the trailing foliage onto the side of the swing seat. This is going to stick up under as well. Now, I did do the other one a bit shorter. I think I will shorten it up a bit more than what I am doing at the moment. So I've sort of taken, it doesn't matter which one you sort of put, they are different. So I've left like the little pointy end bit and then these two, like extra bits here on this one, to poke up under here. and that's going to lay like that. This one here is quite a bit of a different shape, but we are going to be laying 4 flowers on each side. So, and we sort of want them of similar length, but you might decide to use the top part of this one. And I think that's what I'll do. I'm just going to snip it off here, and I'm just going to, I don't think we'll even notice. I was just going to shape this cut mark here to make it look a little bit more rounded and natural. We're not going to use the offcuts, so they can go in the bin, or you can put them aside for a future project, entirely up to you. And so because I've cut mine off the way I have, I'm going to snip a little bit off the top, and that's going to go up and under there a little bit. And I can position those. And now I know what's happening. I'm just going to use my reverse tweezers just to hold them. Put on a little bit of liquid glue. I think, again, probably a liquid glue is going to be better. It's a bit cold, and of course the glue's a bit stiff and doesn't want to move as much when it's a bit cold. Okay, so that's going to go up under there, and I think somewhere about there is where it needs to finish. No exact science, just whatever looks good to you. And I'll do the other side, and then we'll put some little blossomy things. Now, I realized that all of your blossoms are colored in. That's because I started cutting mine out when I was doing my first one. I cut them out of some designer series papers, and then I thought, well, this is crazy, because I had to still color them. So it was pale color. So I just got my well, this is the retired, no, this is the, what's this one? This is the retired ones. This is the Stampin' Write markers. But I just got this out with the brush tip, and I just colored the whole piece of pattern paper in, the designer series paper. And then once that dried, I just cut all your flowers out, so they're pre-colored. So that makes it easier for everybody. So I'm going to take my take your pick tool with the putty end, and I am going to use that to pick my flowers up with, because they are so tiny. So you can use your like tweezers, whatever works. I'm going to put some little dots of glue where I want them to sit. So one there, there, and I'm going to do another one. So not in a straight line, just sort of a little bit off, like zigzaggy. Zigzaggy, that's my new word. And I'm just going to plonk them down. The glue is, they're still going to want to stick to my, take your pick tool. So I'm just going to push them into the glue and pull my pick tool up, and that should be enough. Now, these little flowers come in a couple of different shapes, so just be mindful of that. And they are a little bit different colors, some of them are darker. Or you might have them all the same. I'm not sure if they have any variation in color, but definitely shape-wise, they have a few different shapes to them. So just try and mix them up a little bit. There's not a huge amount of difference in the shapes, but just to mix it up a bit. That, now all we have to do to finish the front of the card, I was going to say the front of the card's finished, but it's not quite. So we just need to put our cushions on. Now I put these ones with the cushions close together. I like to change things up a bit. I'm going to put these ones with the cushions spread out a bit more, a little bit tilted, so they look like someone's just stepped up from sitting on there or something. And then I'm going to take my, what will I use? Probably just this little spiky tool here. And I'm going to put some dimensionals. I'm using the large dimensionals to put behind them. And I think I will pop both of them on dimensionals. You can choose how you want to sit them, of course. If you don't want dimensionals, then don't. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to put one over here and the second one there. And this was these cushions have been made out of, you guessed it, designer series papers. They are some retired ones, but I wanted something bright and cheerful for the cushions. So that's the front of the card. Inside, when you've got the front done, we're going to open up to the middle. All I did in here was put our little vase of, or little basket and table of flowers. And just make sure you get the side that is the right side up. If you turn it over and have a look, it doesn't look as nice on the back. So don't know that you can see that, but that side definitely looks more rounded. So that's definitely the top. And again, tiny bit of liquid adhesive, a little bit on the feet of the table. We want the table feet to actually attach to the card, and just a couple of little tiny dabs of glue going up the legs of the table. Now, just going to grab hold of that. I'm going to plonk that down somewhere here on the right. Little press and that should be fine. Now, did I give you? I'm starting to think I didn't, because I've just realized I've got extras left over and I bet I forgot to give you the greenery. So I might owe you the greenery for this, because there's a little piece of greenery. Do you have the little piece of greenery, Val?
I don't think so.
I reckon I've cut us all short of the greenery. So I'll
Mm.
have to cut some more out. I did have leftovers, and I didn't even it didn't even dawn on me why. I think this was the last cut I made, and yeah, I don't know. So it was a bit of a rush at the end, I think. So I apologize if I haven't given you this. I'll owe you this. I think I had 1, 2, 3 of them. I've got 3 here. So I'll have to give that to you when I see you next. But this is what's going to happen next. Just going to stick this down. I think I'll use some glue. Put that on there. And the idea is that now we've got one little flower is going to come and sit down here. You can put the flower on down there. One little flower has fallen out of the basket or pot, whatever you want to call it. One little flower's down on the ground. And then the others, I think there should be 7. I've got 6, so I've probably got one missing. Not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I kept losing these flowers when I was doing everything with them. It was
It's so
tiny.
tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, very tiny.
So, if you don't have the greenery, then I would suggest you put the little flowers back inside the card into the envelope, and I will give you the greenery so you can finish off the inside of the card.
Okay.
All right. So I wanted like an odd number, but I've got 6, so I don't know what's happened to the 7th one. But I have got a motley desk, so it may be lurking here and I just can't see it, but
Mm.
and I don't think it's, unless it's gone into the envelope, because they are just so small. How many were in that? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's definitely 8. So there should have been 7 for the flower pot and 1 down here on the ground. And on the front, you should have had 8. So I gave you 8 and 8, 16 flowers. So,
Wow.
yeah. So, I know I've got a spare one, so because I end up having extras. But I did count them all out because I overcut however many I wanted. But for for you ladies. You should have the right number, and you are definitely missing the greenery. So I will get it to you. Pretty cute, I reckon.
Very nice.
All right. So I did send you a photo of that, Val, in the break.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you very
Now I'll
much.
put these aside. I'll have to remind myself that they need one for you and one for Kathy.
That's right.
Alrighty, so we're up to card 3. Let's see if we can do this.
Oh,
So
that's pretty.
what we're using for this one is this amazing embossing folder, and I love it. It's a 3D embossing folder. It's called Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing folder, and look at those ladybugs.
Ah, lovely.
Look how much they stand off the paper. They're
Nice.
stunning. So I've given you a pre-embossed piece of that in the beautiful white willow cardstock. And so I'll get my packet out. You've got a long piece of ribbon. We'll have to cut that in half. You've got all your bits. Again, there's lots of pieces to this one. Lots of pieces. Very similar to the card we did last week, but I think it was very similar to this, but we had the lace down one side. I can't remember now. Not last week, last month.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. So lots of pieces. You've got 2, 3 blueberries, and you've got 3 leaves. So they will be towards the end. Put those aside. You'll also have you'll have 3 little pieces here on a piece of acetate with sticky backs on them. So put those aside. Don't lose those. You've got your label. Don't lose, well, keep those aside. You don't need them yet. You've got we might do the inside first on this one. So you've got your, oh, let me zoom out a fraction. Might just zoom out a little bit. Just because we need more to see a bigger area. All right. So we're going to decorate inside. So just open up your card with the 3 flaps open. Just slightly bend them back so they'll sit flatter. Now you've got 2 of these. All right. They are for the front of the card. So put those aside. That's for the front of the card. Put that aside. You've got, this is for the front of the card. Put that aside. And so is this big long blue one. Okay. Now I've used Old Olive for this one as the card base. We've got a panel of white willow, and you'll have 2 pieces of fruity paper. So have a look at them and decide which way up they look better. If you want to have the plain blue, you could do it that way, but I did design it so that you had the berries or the fruits. Now we're all of our kits have something slightly different because this paper, the way this paper is made, it's a whole mixture of, so you can see here, this one actually goes over here. So it changes from strawberries to blackberries to blueberries to cherries to oranges to peaches. So that one doesn't line up there. But as the paper changes, some people are going to have more peaches and oranges than they will have cherries or blueberries or strawberries. So I tried to match them up so you had at least 2 that were very sort of compatible with each other. So let's stick down this center panel of white. We're not decorating this one today. Just center it with the cut lines above here. Get it in between those and then a little gap at the top and bottom. And then we're going to stick down our 2 side panels, and they should line up exactly top and bottom to the white piece as well. I'm just going to center that in the space. that I have allowed. That looks, oh, it looks a bit crooked. Just a hair out, I reckon. Literally just a hair or so. Not much more than that. And then this one over this side again, trying hard to get it centered. And this has got cherries, so I've got my cherries up the right way with the stalks at the top. Okay, but you do whatever looks better for you. So we've got the inside done. Now we just have to think about the front. Okay, so let's put our white panel on with these beautiful ladybugs.
Thank you.
Right, now we're up to here. We've got our
Yep.
front panel on. I think what we'll do next is we'll secure this part next. Okay,
Mhm.
so for this, maybe do that. So just push all this to the back and just bring out these two front pieces. And then we're going to be using these two, okay? Probably did the light side facing up, but light side dark. I think it was the way I've cut it, it is the light side facing up. Oh, we don't stick them on yet. We're going to stick these down first. Are you with me, Val?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to put these two on, right?
Okay.
So, again, centering it with the space evenly distributed, top, bottom, and sides, evenly as you possibly can. And put the two on. That looks pretty good. Okay.
Yep.
Next, we're going to work out which side is the right side up. I've actually cut them with the dark being the right side up. And then with this one here, this is this is not two-tone. This is the Stampin' Up just A4 size cardstock. So just center that there. And then think I use liquid glue for this. So I would just work out roughly how far up you want it. I didn't go up too high, but maybe a fraction more than what I had it there won't hurt. And you just want to put some glue. I've just lifted up the edge. Okay, so just putting the glue here on both sides. And obviously we've got a bit of wiggle room, but we want to stick it on nice and straight. So let's have a look here. Now you can measure it or eyeball it, whichever. Once you've got those two stuck down, and that glue is pretty quick to stick, you get a nice, like a nice adhesive action happening fairly quick. And then you can now flip it back to this view. Okay. And
Yep.
now we're going to work on the embellishments. Okay, I might zoom in a little bit for this. Not that it's terribly hard, just to give you a bit closer up. So we've got Love You Very Much. Now, Love You Very Much was from, good question. Was it this one? Oh, it's from this one. Love You Very Much.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to, again, I didn't use foam dots or what do you call it, dimensionals or anything. Now this oval is from an old die that I've got from Close to My Heart. This label is from the packs I've already shown you. Now it isn't exactly the same shape. So just be mindful of that it's not going to be 100% the same shape, but get it centered left and right, top to bottom, and you won't know that it wasn't ever meant to be. All right, so then that will go in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and it's only getting stuck onto this. So maybe you might want to go back to that. You only want to stick it in the middle. So I'm just going to put my glue here so I don't accidentally go, like if I put it on here, I might go outside the lines and I might have it off the sides, and that then we'd have every glue everywhere, and yeah, we don't want that. So I'm just going to press that down. I've only put it in the middle because I want to be able to tuck the blueberries under. Okay.
All right.
And I have put them a little bit, well, stack them so that they're offset from each other, not this one here. I had them almost straight up and down on top of each other. If you like that, fine, do that. But I've got two that side, one this side, and then you've got your little leafy bits. So going to go ahead and again put a little bit of glue on the back of each blueberry, slide it under so you've got only the glue in the middle here, so that allows you to slide it under. These have got little indentation cut marks, so I've just put those sort of towards the top, and then I'm just going to, now these have got a hole in them, so I have to try and only put a tiny bit of glue so that the glue hides under one of those little leaf edges. All right, so I'm going to stick, I've got the top blueberry is under the bottom blueberry. So I'll have that one sticking out a bit further to the left. And then this one sits on top of that one, but still pushed under the label. Okay, and then that should help me to offset them a little. So once again, tiny bit of glue on the leaf. There is one big leaf on the blueberry leaves, and that's the one I'm trying to hide the glue behind because the other leaves are pretty tiny. All right. Oh, and that one came straight off. That's because the glue went into the groove. All right. Okay, give that a couple of seconds to stick. Then we have our gorgeous little strawberries and dots. I didn't use the strawberry ones again, but I used 3 of the small. This has got a spiky tool on the back. I may as well use that. So we might come back to the little embellishments before we do that. Now, this is I've done this as a fake looking bow. So basically, we're going to cut this in half. Where are you up to, Val? And I'll wait for you.
I've got a ribbon. I'll just do that.
Are you up to the ribbon?
Yeah.
So open up your card, right, to the inside. Lay down your ribbon. Are you up to me?
Yes, I'm just opening it. Yeah.
Okay. Close the top panel on top of the ribbon. Now, this is where glue dots are going to be much better for this. So what you're going to do then is you're going to wrap the ribbon over on its top of itself and stick it down. So I do have glue dots somewhere. Mini glue dots. Here they are. You can always do this later, but I would make sure you should always have your mini glue dots close at hand.
Yep.
And I'm going to put one straight onto the cardstock and stick that down. I might just put one a bit further along because it overlaps, and I'll stick that down to make sure that's stuck. And then on top of that, I'll put again one at the end to fasten the opposite end on top. And then I'll put a fourth one. You don't want this to come undone, so I'm being generous. So I've used 4. And then that is nice and secure. Then you need another glue dot in a minute, but then we're going to tie your ribbon into a bow.
Mm.
So just play with it a bit till you get the right sort of sizing. I've given you sort of the pretty much the right amount where you don't have to cut much off and waste it. But getting the exact shape to it is obviously a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, that's still a bit wonky, but I'm going to live with that. And
Looking pretty good from here.
yeah, one's definitely too long. I'm trying to find my sharper scissors because this this ribbon is very, very thick. It's not the easiest thing to cut. You need super sharp scissors. And even then, even with my newest scissors, it's still chunky. So then this gets stuck down with a glue dot. So it looks like you've tied it round and, did it all in one piece of ribbon, but you've cheated. You've done 2 pieces of ribbon.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's that's this ribbon here. This ribbon is available too at the moment, and it's called Checkered Trim, and it's in Misty Moonlight.
Okay.
All right, nice big roll. And then we're going to put on our little blingy bits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put 2 over here, 1, 2, and then a third one just down the bottom. There we go. 3 cards. Beautiful, beautiful. So,
Oh, well, I hope I'll find them then.
yeah. So card number 3, card number 2, 6 for, well, I've got double, but 3 beautiful cards for all of you that have done it.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're at the end of another card making class. Now, I don't really have much to show and tell. I have placed a small order. It's not back yet. There's so much beautiful product that has come out at the beginning of, or became live at the beginning of June. We are working out of this catalog. This May to August, but we've definitely had some product, I'm sure, come out at the beginning of this month live. So just look for that on my website, or if you're a demonstrator, on your own website. And not much more to tell you, really. I haven't decided what we're going to work with next month. I do know we are definitely going to work with Help Me Grow, which is gardening pots and plants. And so these are all the dies. So I'm definitely going to be making something out of these. So yeah, that's definitely my plan for next month. Today and tomorrow, and I think Sunday, free shipping.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to save yourself some money, put an order in, and that's pretty good saving your shipping. Well, that's it for another month. Kathy, you've missed a treat, but you'll be playing along. I know you will. So you'll be able to watch the replay and get your beautiful cards made. And hope you had fun tonight. This is
Yep.
the like I said, this is the Filled with Sweetness, Made with Sweetness. This one I think's Retired but Gliding Garden Swing. And we've used the paper bundle, which is Handmade Sweetness, which is all of the fruits and jams and all of those good things. Alrighty, I think we're good to go and sign off for tonight.
Thank you
Thank
very
you once,
much.
thanks once again for joining in.
Yeah, very nice cards. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad you liked them. And yeah, we'll
See you
sign
soon.
off. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.